Hi guys, back with you again today to talk about the best way to remove algae from your koi pond. Now we started in the last video, I told you it is a two-stage process. The first stage being to use an ultraviolet light system to help burn off some of that thick pea green soup color you get. Here you see on the left, I've got it before we use the ultraviolet light. On the right hand side, that's just after about 4 days of use, you can see how much clearer the water is. You can see right to the bottom. Right about there, you're looking at 4 feet of depth and you can clearly see right to the bottom. Okay, so the next step now is to try and get rid of some of that string algae that is gathered. We're going to go and give it a full filter clean out. With the barrels, we start with the Vortex Barrel, which gathers the heavier sediment on the bottom. And we're also going to clean out the barrel that has the filter medium in it. So we start by turning off the water system and basically shutting the pumps down, shut the filter down, and drain off all the algae that is collected in these 2 barrels. This results in taking out about 70 gallons. These are 35-gallon drums. You can see this string algae that's just collected there. I will also pull out the media pads. Now at this stage, usually I will use up to 4 different media pads or media systems. Right now I've just got 1 pad. You can see how much of the algae is collected on it. I will also pull out the bio balls, which have good bacteria on it that help to eat off the bad bacteria. But right now it's completely clogged with algae. So I'm going to rinse these both clean with tap water. Now generally as the season goes on, I would not use tap water to get things out of here. I would just swish it around with some surface pond water because the chlorine in the city will generally kill the good bacteria. But early in the season I will do this. I also then turn to my trusty shop vac to help pull the sediment that's left in the barrels. I'll start sucking it out from the bottom here. And I'll use another utility pump to get the rest of the water out. Here you can see the 2 barrels, 35-gallon barrels, are empty and quite clean. Next step now is time to remove the excess string algae that has gathered in the pond. Pulling with the rake, we're going to pull some gently off the bottom, some of the string algae that's accumulating, and not going so hard that we could damage the rubber liner. Mound of it here. I can't catch it before it goes back down. Also, while you're pulling up that string algae, any leaves and debris, you see paper here from the off season, you're collecting that as well. And if that doesn't work, other than the rake, you can also use your hand. Just get in there and pull off some of the clumps of string algae. And you can just get rid of it that way. Comes off fairly easily. Now it's time to put the filter pads and the bio balls back into the barrels. You can see here they're all quite clean. I started the season with just 2 filtration pieces. Now I'm going to go to 3. Here's a medium density pad that I will put in, which will help in the filtration process. And later in the season I may even add this final one, which really polishes the water and keeps it clean. Okay, here you see I've put the pad, the bio balls, the 2 pads, and the filter pump back in. Time to refill the barrels now with water. I open the valve, and as it's coming in, I put a net under to start catching some of the bottom stuff that's come loose as it goes into the barrels. I'll do that a few times just to get the larger sediment out so it doesn't go back into my barrels. Here you see the barrels quite clean, ready to go. I'm ready to plug the pump back in. The final stage of my pond filter cleanup is to add some water back to the pond. I've pulled out about 70 gallons from the two 35-gallon drums, so now it's time to replace that. I just mist it back in, and I will also add some chemical called Pond Prime, which helps remove the chlorine. There are many different products out there, but this is just one that I tend to use. So once the water's in, now it's time to turn the filter pump back on, get your waterfall going again, and as you can see here, the water is clearing up already. It'll get even a little clearer in the next day or two as the sediment settles down to the bottom. Some string algae is good because the fish do enjoy it as a food source as well as a place to lay their eggs, and the young can hide in there as well. So with a cleanup like this, you can start to enjoy the sights of your fish and other aquatic life very, very easily, seeing right down to the bottom of your pond. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. By all means, please subscribe to my channel so that when I put out new videos with tips and ideas on enjoying your pond, you guys will be able to enjoy them and view them as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.